Evening. I'm Dan Wolf. Laura's on assignment. Thanks for joining us. As members of Congress battle it out on the federal level, closer to home, people are wondering what a shutdown could mean for their daily lives. Northern News Now, Sophia Lauber joins us in studio. Sophia, how would this be felt by people here in our region?
Dan, while essential services should continue forward, many non-essential services will be put on hold. I spoke with a local political expert today who tells me the effects of a shutdown could build up over time. For one group in the Northland, a government shutdown would be impossible to ignore.
If you work for the federal government, you're going to notice it right now. You're going to notice it right off the bat. You're not going to get paid.
But UMD political science professor Dr. Cindy Rugeley says most people shouldn't be impacted significantly.
You should keep getting your Social Security checks, things like that, and the airplane should continue to go out. TSA at the airport should keep going.
However, that doesn't mean everyday lives will be untouched. While those with the Duluth Airport Authority say they aren't expecting impacts to operations, they are in the middle of a major taxiway construction project that depends on federal funds.
And it's important to us to be able to pay our contractors in a timely manner. And a lot of those payments are centered around federal government reimbursement.
If a shutdown drags on, Rugeley says there's concern that essential services could become delayed and those deemed non-essential could compound.
Again, it's the little things that you take for granted that you'll start noticing it.
And some little things, like services at national forests and parks, are big things here in the Northland, especially as fall leaves draw crowds.
You're going to start seeing a lot of it in national parks, for example, and, cleanup and things like that.
Rugeley adds that even if people are largely unaffected, she feels a shutdown erodes people's faith in the government, a side effect she calls unhealthy for the country. Live in studio, Sophia Lauber, Northern News Now.
Thank you, Sophia. Some Northland organizations are bracing for impact. CHUM's executive director saying the possibility of a shutdown only adds to their uncertainty as they and other nonprofits depend in part on federal funding.